for joining me again today on Monday Manna on this, the 25th day of November in the year 2019. As I told you last week in the Monday Manna reminder, we'll be in Psalm 100 today, looking at verses 1 through 4, but that's not exactly right. We'll be looking at Psalm 100. It only has 5 verses, so we're actually looking at verses 1 through 5, the entire Psalm 100. I just wasn't thinking when I said that. How do you enter his gates? In other words, when you come to worship the Lord, how do you enter? Do you come in griping, complaining, whining, crying, poor, poor, pitiful me? Like the song Linda Ronstadt used to sing, I laid my head on the railroad tracks waiting for the double E, but the train don't come by here no more, poor, poor, pitiful me. She was in such bad shape, she laid on the railroad track and the train didn't even come by. Bless her heart. I know that's just a song, but that's what we sing all the time. Poor, poor, pitiful me. And we come into the Lord's presence with that same attitude. We are to be grateful and thankful. Let's read that psalm together today. Psalm 100, the entire psalm. Shout with joy to the Lord, all the earth. Worship the Lord with gladness. Come before him, singing with joy. Acknowledge that the Lord is God. He made us, and we are his. We are his people and the sheep of his pasture. Here we go. Enter his gates with thanksgiving. That's how you enter. Go into his courts with praise. Give thanks to him and praise his name. For the Lord is good. His unfailing love continues forever and ever, and his faithfulness continues to each generation. That is the entire Psalm of 100. Just yesterday, we gathered at Rosedale Baptist Church, and we had our Thanksgiving lunch and a time of fellowship, but everybody just went around and shared how good the Lord has been to them this past year and all down through life. Just a time of thanksgiving and food and fellowship. And you know, sometimes it's hard to be thankful when you come into the Lord's presence. Some people just sat there and didn't say anything. Some people maybe had a sad look on their face, and some were rejoicing. Let me tell you something I had happen to me a couple of weeks ago, and this was a real eye-opener to me. I'm going to sound like I'm whining and crying right now. I'm going to sound like the poor, poor, pitiful me person. But I just want to share something with you. I'm not whining. I'm not complaining. I am truly blessed. And I don't have time to tell you all the things I'm blessed with right now. But at my age, I have a lot of aches and pains. And, you know, I'm at that point in my life where I'm thinking about maybe a different road to travel or whatever as far as occupation or whatever. And I'm approaching some of those older years in my life when the leaves are starting to change a little bit, if you know what I'm talking about. And when you have aches and pains and you hurt and stuff like that, it's hard sometimes just to have a joyful heart. But I try. Here's the point I'm trying to make. Somebody came up to me at work a couple of weeks ago, and they said, Glenn, I just want to tell you how much I appreciate you. Somebody that I never thought would say it, but they did. And then they said something that just slapped me across the face, basically. They said, Glenn, I would give anything to be in your shoes. Wow. What an eye-opener. Here I was thinking, sometimes I wake up, boy, that's just awful, oh my, oh me, oh my. And all of a sudden, somebody says they would give anything to be in my shoes. No matter what you're going through today, no matter the aches and the pains or the troubles and the trials and the stress and the heartaches of life, somebody out there wishes they could be in your shoes. Let me tell you what happened since that incident. Every time I come before the Lord now, whether it's to praise him or pray to him or whatever, when I wake up in the morning, it's with a heart of gratitude. When I come before him to worship, it's with a heart of thanksgiving and an attitude of thanksgiving. All those other things seem to just disappear, and that's the way it's supposed to be. If nothing else, that particular incident woke me up. Yes, we all have issues. Yes, we all have aches and pains. Yes, we all have those troubles and trials. But if you were to do something for me, pretend that you have an imaginary scale in your hand, and here's the apex right in the middle. And on one side of that scale, you begin to put all the things that you can complain about. The pain, the trouble, the heartache, the troubles, the trials, the medicines, the doctor's visits, all those things, and that scale is just way down here. Then you think of all the things that you have to complain about and put them over here. Then you start counting God's blessings. You'll watch that scale begin to rise, and it won't be long till those bad things are overweighted by the continuous, unnumerable blessings of God Almighty. Just kind of put that imaginary scale in your mind next time before you come before the Lord. Then you can do what the psalmist said. You can enter his gates with thanksgiving. You can go out into his courts with praise, because those other things no longer seem that important. We have a good God, folks. He blesses us in more ways than we sometimes think he does, right? Hey, you guys have a great Thanksgiving. I'm sure I'll eat 2 or 3 pretty good platefuls, and that'll pretty much do me. So I'll be wanting more, but I won't be able to eat more. So you just eat a bite of turkey for old Glenn here, okay? Hey, you guys have a great holiday, a wonderful, blessed Thanksgiving of praise, and I'll see you guys again next Monday. When Jesus